The Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch emerges from the mists of ancient history as one of the most intriguing and controversial religious texts ever discovered. Dating back to approximately 300-100 BC, this mysterious manuscript remained hidden from the Western world for over a millennium, preserved only in the remote highlands of Ethiopia. The text, written in ancient Ge'ez, the classical language of Ethiopia, tells an extraordinary tale of angels, cosmic journeys, and divine revelations given to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah. The story of its modern discovery begins in 1773, when Scottish explorer James Bruce returned from Ethiopia with 3 copies of the manuscript. Initially met with skepticism and disbelief, Bruce's discovery would eventually revolutionize our understanding of ancient Jewish literature and early Christian thought. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church had preserved these texts as part of their biblical canon, considering them sacred scripture, while the rest of the Christian world had largely forgotten their existence. Prior to Bruce's discovery, only fragments and references to the Book of Enoch existed in various religious texts and historical documents. The early Church Fathers, including Clement of Alexandria and Tertullian, quoted from it extensively, indicating its significance in early Christian communities. However, as Christianity evolved and various councils determined the official biblical canon, the Book of Enoch was gradually pushed to the margins of religious thought. The manuscript exists in several versions, with the most complete being the Ethiopic version, known as 1 Enoch. Fragments of the text have also been discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran, written in Aramaic, suggesting its importance to the Jewish community during the Second Temple period. These Aramaic fragments, dating from around 200 BC to 50 C, helped scholars authenticate the antiquity of the Ethiopian manuscripts and provided valuable insights into the text's original language and composition. The translation history of the Book of Enoch reveals a complex journey through multiple languages and cultures. From its probable original Hebrew or Aramaic, the text was translated into Greek, then into Ge'ez, preserving its contents through centuries of political and religious upheaval. The first complete English translation was published by Richard Lawrence in 1821, opening the text to broader scholarly study and public interest. The discovery of the Book of Enoch has profound implications for understanding the development of Jewish and Christian thought. Its contents bridge the gap between the Old and New Testaments, offering insights into the evolution of religious concepts such as messianism, angelology, and apocalyptic literature. The text's descriptions of fallen angels, heavenly journeys, and divine judgment would influence religious thought for centuries, echoing through various religious traditions and mystical teachings. Modern scholarship continues to uncover new layers of meaning within the text, aided by advances in linguistic analysis and archaeological discoveries. The book's themes resonate with contemporary interests in angelology, ancient astronaut theories, and alternative spiritual traditions, making it as relevant today as it was 2 millennia ago. Its rediscovery and translation have sparked renewed interest in ancient wisdom traditions and their potential relevance to modern spiritual seekers and scholars alike. The origins and discovery of the Book of Enoch represent a remarkable story of preservation, rediscovery, and renewed significance, offering modern readers a window into ancient spiritual wisdom that was nearly lost to time. Its journey from ancient manuscript to contemporary spiritual classic demonstrates the enduring power of sacred texts to transcend time and culture, speaking to each new generation in meaningful ways. The Watchers. The mysterious beings known as the Watchers represent one of the most intriguing aspects of ancient religious texts, particularly within the Book of Enoch. These celestial entities were originally tasked with observing humanity from their heavenly realm, serving as divine sentinels who maintained the careful balance between the celestial and terrestrial worlds. According to ancient texts, there were 200 Watchers who descended to earth during the time of Jared, Enoch's father. These beings were led by 20 chiefs, with Semjaza and Azazel being the most prominent among them. Semjaza, as their primary leader, convinced the others to descend to earth after becoming enamored with human women. The hierarchy of the Watchers was complex, with each chief commanding a group of 10 angels, creating a structured organization that would later influence human society in profound ways. The Watchers possessed extraordinary knowledge of the cosmos, natural sciences, and various crafts that were previously unknown to humanity. While their initial purpose was to watch over and guide humanity, their descent marked a critical turning point in human history. They were beings of immense power and wisdom, described as having appearances that inspired both awe and terror, their heights reaching to the heavens, their faces shining like the sun, and their eyes burning like eternal flames. The decision of the Watchers to leave their celestial posts had far-reaching consequences. Their oath, sworn on Mount Hermon, bound them together in their fateful choice to interact directly with humanity. This location, mentioned specifically in ancient texts, became a symbolic meeting point between heaven and earth, where these divine beings chose to abandon their original mission. The leadership structure of the Watchers revealed their sophisticated organization. Beyond Semjaza and Azazel, other notable chiefs included Armeros, who taught the resolving of enchantments, Barakijal, who taught astrology, Kokabel, who taught the constellations, and Tamiel, who taught astronomy. Each leader possessed specific knowledge and abilities that they would eventually share with humans, leading to both advancement and corruption. Their presence on Earth transformed human society fundamentally. The Watchers established themselves in different regions, each group influencing local populations with their knowledge and power. They began to take human wives, an act that violated the natural order and led to the birth of the Nephilim. This intermingling of celestial and terrestrial beings created a crisis that would eventually require divine intervention. The names of the Watchers carried significant meaning, often relating to their attributes or the knowledge they possessed. Their ancient Aramaic and Hebrew names reflected aspects of nature, celestial bodies, or divine qualities. This naming convention provides insights into their original roles in the celestial hierarchy and the specific domains over which they held authority. The story of the Watchers serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of transgressing divine boundaries. Their fall from grace represents one of the earliest accounts of celestial beings choosing to abandon their divine mandate in favor of earthly desires. This narrative would later influence numerous religious and cultural traditions, contributing to our understanding of the complex relationship between divine beings and humanity. The Nephilim. The Nephilim represent one of the most intriguing and controversial aspects of ancient biblical texts, particularly within the Book of Enoch. These beings, described as the offspring of the Watchers and human women, emerged as giants among ordinary men, their very existence challenging our understanding of early human civilization. The Book of Enoch describes them as mighty beings who possessed extraordinary physical strength and towering heights, with some accounts suggesting they stood several hundred feet tall. These hybrid creatures inherited the divine knowledge of their angelic fathers and the physical form of their human mothers, creating beings of unprecedented power and influence. The Nephilim quickly established themselves as dominant figures in antediluvian society, becoming mighty warriors, kings, and leaders among early civilizations. Their supernatural abilities and enhanced intelligence allowed them to establish complex social hierarchies and introduce advanced concepts to human society. According to the ancient texts, the Nephilim's influence extended far beyond their physical presence. They taught humans various skills and technologies that were considered beyond their time, including metallurgy, cosmetics, sorcery, and the art of warfare. Their knowledge and power, however, came with a terrible price. The Book of Enoch describes how these beings began to consume vast amounts of resources, eventually turning to devour humans when other food sources became scarce. Their actions brought about unprecedented corruption and violence to the earth. The Nephilim's immense appetites and violent tendencies led to chaos and destruction, disrupting the natural order that God had established. Their presence represented a fundamental violation of divine law, as they embodied the forbidden union between the celestial and terrestrial realms. The corruption brought about by the Nephilim became so severe that it necessitated divine intervention, The texts describe how their wickedness and violence filled the earth, leading to God's decision to bring about the Great Flood. This cataclysmic event was intended not only to cleanse the earth of human wickedness, but specifically to eliminate the Nephilim and their corrupting influence from creation. However, various ancient texts suggest that the story of the Nephilim didn't end with the flood. Some accounts speak of their spirits surviving as disembodied entities, becoming what many cultures later identified as demons or evil spirits. These spirits, according to the texts, continued to influence humanity even after their physical forms were destroyed, perpetuating their legacy of corruption through spiritual means. The impact of the Nephilim on human civilization raises profound questions about the nature of human development and the possibility of external influences on our evolution as a species. Their story serves as a warning about the consequences of transgressing divine boundaries and the potential dangers of uncontrolled power and knowledge. The account of their existence and destruction remains one of the most compelling aspects of ancient religious texts, continuing to fascinate scholars and believers alike. The legacy of the Nephilim extends beyond mere historical curiosity, touching upon fundamental questions about human origins, the nature of good and evil, and the relationship between the divine and human realms. Their story serves as a crucial element in understanding the events that, according to ancient texts, shaped the early history of our world and led to some of its most significant transformations. Forbidden knowledge. The Watchers' descent to Earth marked a pivotal moment in human history, as they brought with them knowledge and technologies that would forever alter the course of civilization. These fallen angels, driven by their desire to interact with humanity, shared celestial secrets that were meant to remain hidden from mortal understanding. The knowledge they imparted was vast and varied, touching upon numerous aspects of human life and development. Among the most significant teachings was the art of metalworking, introduced by Azazel, who showed humans how to create weapons of war and ornaments of beauty. This knowledge transformed primitive tools into sophisticated instruments of both creation and destruction. The Watcher Simjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, revealing the hidden properties of plants and their uses in medicine and sorcery. Humans learned to harness nature's power in ways previously unimaginable. Hermione shared the knowledge of spell-breaking, sorcery, and witchcraft, while Barakel taught astrology, allowing humans to read the stars and predict celestial events. The Watcher Kokobel imparted the knowledge of constellations, enabling humans to navigate vast distances and understand cosmic patterns. Shamsiel taught the signs of the sun, and Serial the course of the moon, giving humanity the ability to track time and seasons with unprecedented accuracy. The art of cosmetics and beautification was taught by Penemu, introducing humanity to the concept of enhancing their physical appearance. This knowledge led to the development of various beauty practices and the creation of precious ornaments. The Watcher Kasteja taught the art of abortion and the smiting of the embryo, introducing darker aspects of medical knowledge that would have far-reaching consequences. Perhaps most significantly, the Watchers taught humans the art of writing, giving them the ability to record and preserve knowledge for future generations. This revolutionary development allowed human civilization to progress rapidly, as information could now be stored and transmitted across generations with accuracy. However, this gift also came with the power to preserve and spread both beneficial and harmful knowledge. The divine response to this transfer of forbidden knowledge was severe. The sharing of celestial secrets was viewed as a transgression against the natural order, as humans were not meant to possess such advanced understanding before their appointed time. The corruption that followed from this knowledge led to increased violence, sensuality, and spiritual degradation among humans. The technologies and knowledge shared by the Watchers fundamentally changed human society, leading to rapid advancement but also to moral decay. Humans began to craft weapons of war, practice sorcery, and engage in activities that violated natural law. The corruption of knowledge led to the corruption of flesh, as humans used their new understanding in ways that deviated from divine intention. This forbidden knowledge continues to echo through human civilization, manifesting in our modern understanding of metallurgy, astronomy, medicine, and various sciences. The ancient warnings about the responsible use of knowledge remain relevant as humanity continues to grapple with the ethical implications of advancing technology and understanding. The story of the Watchers serves as a cautionary tale about the double-edged nature of knowledge and the importance of wisdom in its application. Enoch's heavenly journey. Enoch's celestial journey stands as one of the most profound and mystifying accounts in ancient religious literature. As the text reveals, Enoch was transported through the seven heavens, each realm presenting unique revelations and encounters with divine beings. His ascension began when two magnificent angels appeared to him, their appearances like nothing seen on earth, with faces shining like the sun and eyes burning like flames. In the first heaven, Enoch witnessed the governing angels of the celestial phenomena, those who command the stars, clouds, and weather patterns. He observed vast storehouses containing snow, ice, and dew, guarded by ranks of angels who maintained the natural order. The second heaven revealed a darker realm where fallen angels awaited judgment, bound in darkness for their transgressions against divine law. The third heaven contained both paradise and punishment, a realm of incredible beauty with the tree of life at its center, flowing with sweet fragrances and inhabited by blessed souls, but also housing a place of torment for the wicked. The fourth heaven showcased the movements of the sun and moon, where Enoch learned the intricate patterns of celestial bodies and their influence on earthly seasons. As Enoch ascended to the fifth heaven, he encountered the Watchers, silent, mournful angels who had turned away from God's commands. Their presence served as a reminder of the consequences of divine disobedience. The sixth heaven revealed ranks of angels in perfect harmony, studying the movements of stars, the physical laws of nature, and the orders of earthly existence. The seventh heaven, the most magnificent of all, brought Enoch into the presence of the divine. Here, he witnessed the great glory seated on the throne, surrounded by the cherubim, seraphim, and countless armies of angels singing endless praise. This heaven contained all the great mysteries of creation, the origins of existence, and the final judgment to come. During his journey, Enoch received direct knowledge of cosmic secrets from the archangel Uriel, who explained the movements of heavenly bodies and their influence on earth seasons. He learned of the gates of heaven through which the sun, moon, and stars travel and the precise measurements of their paths. The angels revealed to him knowledge of astronomical phenomena that would not be discovered by human science for millennia. The most profound aspects of Enoch's heavenly journey were the divine revelations concerning humanity's future. He was shown the entire history of Earth from beginning to end, including the coming of the Messiah and the final judgment. These visions were both terrifying and inspiring, revealing both the consequences of human wickedness and the ultimate triumph of divine justice. Through his celestial journey, Enoch was transformed from a mere mortal into a divine scribe, tasked with recording these revelations for future generations. His experience transcended normal human understanding, allowing him to perceive reality beyond physical dimensions. The angels granted him wisdom concerning the nature of good and evil, the structure of the universe, and the ultimate purpose of human existence. This extraordinary journey concluded with Enoch's permanent transformation, as he was granted a place among the angels, becoming Metatron, the celestial scribe. His experience serves as a unique bridge between human and divine understanding, offering insights into realms beyond mortal comprehension and revealing the intricate connection between heavenly and earthly existence. The Book of Parables. The Book of Parables represents one of the most enigmatic and profound sections within the Book of Enoch, containing 3 distinct parables that unveil spiritual truths through symbolic narratives. The first parable focuses on the elect ones, those chosen by divine providence to inherit the earth and dwell in righteousness. These individuals are described as possessing wisdom and understanding beyond ordinary human comprehension, marked by their unwavering devotion to spiritual principles and their resistance to worldly corruption. In this parable, the elect ones are portrayed as beacons of light in a darkened world, their very presence serving as a testament to divine truth. They stand as guardians of sacred knowledge, preserving ancient wisdom for future generations, while maintaining their integrity in the face of widespread moral decay. The text emphasizes their role not merely as passive recipients of divine favor, but as active participants in the cosmic struggle between good and evil. The second parable introduces the mysterious figure of the Son of Man, a being of extraordinary power and authority whose appearance marks a turning point in human history. This figure is described as possessing wisdom that predates creation itself, existing in a state of divine glory before the stars were formed. The Son of Man serves as both judge and redeemer, wielding authority over both the physical and spiritual realms. This parable draws particular attention to the concept of divine justice, depicting a future time when all souls will be held accountable for their actions. Through vivid imagery, the second parable illustrates how the Son of Man will separate the righteous from the wicked, establishing a new order based on truth and justice. The description of this figure has drawn considerable attention from scholars due to its similarities with later messianic traditions and its potential influence on early Christian theology. The third parable focuses on the righteous ones and their ultimate vindication. It describes a time of great transformation when those who have maintained their faith through trials and tribulations will receive their reward. The righteous ones are portrayed as individuals who have chosen the narrow path of virtue despite facing persecution and ridicule. Their steadfast dedication to spiritual principles, even in the face of overwhelming opposition, serves as an example to future generations. This final parable emphasizes the temporary nature of worldly power and the eternal significance of spiritual achievement. It presents a vision of cosmic justice, where the apparent success of the wicked is revealed as fleeting, while the struggles of the righteous are shown to have eternal significance. The text describes how these righteous ones will ultimately dwell in a transformed world, where the barriers between heaven and earth dissolve and divine wisdom flows freely. The symbolic meanings embedded within these parables operate on multiple levels, addressing both immediate historical circumstances and universal spiritual truths. They serve as a guide for ethical behavior while simultaneously revealing deeper mysteries about the nature of reality and humanity's place within the cosmic order. The parables employ rich, metaphorical language to convey concepts that might otherwise be difficult to express through conventional means, creating a bridge between earthly understanding and divine wisdom. These parables continue to resonate with readers across centuries, their messages remaining relevant to contemporary spiritual seekers. They address fundamental questions about justice, destiny, and the relationship between human beings and the divine, offering insights that transcend their historical context to speak to the eternal human quest for meaning and purpose. Astronomical secrets. The astronomical revelations contained within the Book of Enoch provide a fascinating glimpse into ancient understanding of celestial mechanics. These secrets, passed down through generations, demonstrate a sophisticated grasp of astronomical phenomena that continues to intrigue scholars today. The text describes in detail the movements of the sun through 12 portals in the heavens, marking the changing of seasons and the length of days throughout the year. According to Enoch's writings, the solar calendar consisted of 364 days, divided into 4 seasons of 91 days each. This calendar system was considered perfect and divine, as it was divisible by 7, representing the sacred number of completion. The sun's path through these 12 portals explained the varying lengths of day and night, with 6 portals in the east, where the sun rises, and 6 in the west, where it sets. The lunar movements described in the text are equally detailed, explaining how the moon's phases work in conjunction with the solar year. Enoch describes the waxing and waning of the moon through its monthly cycle, noting how its light varies throughout this period. The text explains that the moon receives its light from the sun in varying proportions, creating the different phases visible from Earth. This understanding predates many later scientific discoveries about lunar mechanics. The configuration of stars receives particular attention in Enoch's Astronomical Secrets. The text describes the fixed stars and their patterns, identifying specific constellations and their movements across the night sky. These stellar observations were not merely scientific, but were integrated into a larger cosmological framework that connected celestial movements with divine order and earthly events. Ancient cosmology, as presented in the Book of Enoch, depicts a universe that is both ordered and purposeful. The text describes various astronomical phenomena, including the paths of shooting stars, the nature of celestial bodies, and the mechanisms behind weather patterns. These descriptions reveal a sophisticated understanding of natural phenomena that bridged scientific observation with spiritual significance. The wind patterns and their relationship to celestial bodies are extensively detailed, with Enoch describing 12 principal winds that blow through 12 portals, corresponding to the solar portals. These winds were believed to influence weather patterns and seasonal changes, demonstrating an early understanding of atmospheric dynamics and their connection to astronomical events. Perhaps most intriguingly, the text contains descriptions of celestial anomalies and regular cycles that suggest careful observation over extended periods. The account includes details about the relative positions of celestial bodies and their influences on earthly phenomena, presenting a complex system of cosmic relationships that govern the universe. The astronomical secrets revealed in the Book of Enoch represent more than mere scientific observations. They embody a holistic understanding of the cosmos that integrated physical phenomena with divine purpose. These ancient insights into celestial mechanics continue to fascinate modern readers, offering a unique perspective on how early civilizations understood and interpreted the movements of heavenly bodies. The precision and detail of these astronomical descriptions suggest access to knowledge that may have been accumulated over many generations of careful observation and recording. The legacy of these astronomical secrets extends beyond their historical significance, as they continue to provide valuable insights into ancient methods of timekeeping, calendar systems, and the development of early astronomical science. These revelations demonstrate how ancient cultures developed sophisticated systems for understanding and tracking celestial movements, laying the groundwork for later astronomical discoveries and calculations. Prophecies and Visions. The prophecies and visions recorded in the Book of Enoch paint a vivid picture of future events and divine judgment. These revelations, granted to Enoch during his celestial journeys, describe both the fate of humanity and the cosmic order's ultimate destiny. The visions begin with detailed accounts of the end times, where Enoch witnesses a great transformation of the earthly realm. In these prophecies, Enoch describes a period of increasing wickedness on earth, where humans drift further from divine truth and natural order. He speaks of a time when the righteous will be persecuted and false doctrines will proliferate throughout the world. The visions show a gradual degradation of moral values and spiritual understanding, leading to a critical point where divine intervention becomes necessary. The prophecies particularly emphasize the coming of the Great Judgment, a time when all souls, both living and dead, will face divine accountability. Enoch describes massive cosmic events that will herald this judgment, including changes in celestial bodies, environmental upheavals, and supernatural manifestations. The sun's patterns will alter, stars will fall from their courses, and the very foundations of earth will shake. Central to these prophetic visions is the figure of the Messiah, described as the Son of Man or the Elect One. This being is portrayed as having existed before creation and possessing divine authority to judge both humanity and the fallen angels. The prophecies detail how this messianic figure will emerge during the darkest hour to establish justice and restore divine order. The visions also reveal the fate of different groups during these prophesied events. The righteous are promised vindication and eternal reward, while those who opposed divine law face judgment. Particularly detailed are the prophecies concerning the fallen angels and their offspring, the Nephilim, whose ultimate punishment is described in apocalyptic terms. Enoch's prophecies include descriptions of a renewed earth after the Great Judgment. This new world is portrayed as a place where righteousness prevails and the divide between celestial and terrestrial realms diminishes. The visions speak of a time when divine knowledge will be freely available and humanity will live in harmony with celestial laws. Interwoven throughout these prophecies are specific signs and markers that would precede these events. These include social conditions, natural phenomena, and spiritual manifestations that serve as warnings and indicators of approaching judgment. The prophecies emphasize the importance of recognizing these signs and maintaining spiritual vigilance. The visions conclude with messages of hope and restoration, despite the severe nature of the predicted judgments. They speak of final triumph of good over evil, the establishment of eternal justice, and the restoration of divine order throughout creation. These prophecies served not only as warnings, but as sources of encouragement for those who remained faithful to divine principles. Throughout history, these prophetic visions have influenced various religious and spiritual traditions, offering insights into the nature of divine justice and the ultimate destiny of humanity. Their detailed nature and cosmic scope continue to intrigue scholars and spiritual seekers, providing a unique perspective on the relationship between divine will and human destiny. Angels and Hierarchies. The celestial realm described in the Book of Enoch presents an intricate hierarchy of angels that far surpasses the common understanding of heavenly beings. These divine entities are organized into distinct orders, each with specific roles and responsibilities in maintaining cosmic order. At the highest level are the four archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, who stand as the principal guardians of creation and serve as direct messengers between God and humanity. Michael, often depicted as the greatest of all angels, serves as the guardian of God's people and the commander of the heavenly hosts. Gabriel acts as the chief messenger, delivering divine revelations and prophecies. Raphael oversees healing and human well-being, while Uriel guides humanity in matters of wisdom and understanding. These archangels are described as being constantly in motion, never sleeping, and eternally vigilant in their duties. Below the archangels are the seraphim, beings of pure light who surround the divine throne, singing endless praises and maintaining the sacred fire of creation. The cherubim follow, serving as guardians of sacred spaces and divine knowledge. Their primary function involves protecting the boundaries between the celestial and earthly realms. The Ophanim, described as wheels within wheels, are mysterious entities associated with divine justice and the movement of celestial bodies. The Book of Enoch also describes the Watchers, a specific class of angels originally tasked with observing humanity. These beings possess tremendous knowledge and power, with the ability to traverse between heaven and earth. Their eventual fall from grace, as detailed in earlier chapters, serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of transgressing divine boundaries. Lesser angels are described as innumerable, each assigned specific tasks in the cosmic order. Some oversee natural phenomena like weather patterns, seasons, and celestial movements. Others serve as record keepers, documenting human actions and maintaining the heavenly archives. There are angels of peace, angels of punishment, angels of the spirits of mankind, and angels who govern various elements of nature. The text reveals that angels communicate through a celestial language, different from human tongues, and possess the ability to appear in various forms when interacting with the earthly realm. Their power is described as immense, but always subordinate to divine will. Each angel bears a unique name that reflects their function and essence in the celestial order. The hierarchical structure serves not only to maintain order, but also to ensure the proper flow of divine energy and commands throughout creation. Messages and actions flow downward through the ranks, while prayers and supplications ascend through the same channels. This system ensures that cosmic harmony is maintained and divine will is executed with precision. Understanding these angelic hierarchies provides crucial insight into the ancient Hebrew conception of cosmic order and divine governance. The detailed organization of celestial beings reflects a belief in a highly structured universe where every entity has its proper place and purpose. This ancient wisdom continues to influence religious and spiritual thought, offering a profound perspective on the relationship between the divine and the created world. The Book of Enoch's description of angelic hierarchies has inspired countless theological discussions and artistic representations throughout history. Its detailed account of celestial organization continues to fascinate scholars and spiritual seekers, providing a window into ancient understanding of divine order and cosmic administration. The Great Flood. The Book of Enoch provides a detailed account of the Great Flood that differs in many aspects from the traditional biblical narrative, offering additional context and divine perspective on this world-changing event. According to Enoch's writings, the flood was not merely a response to human wickedness, but also served as divine intervention to cleanse the earth of the corruption brought by the Watchers and their offspring, the Nephilim. In the text, God revealed to Enoch that the flood would come as a necessary purification of the earth. The corruption had become so severe that the very fabric of creation was threatened. The Nephilim had consumed all the world's resources, turned against humanity, and even begun to consume human flesh. Their violence and the forbidden knowledge spread by the Watchers had transformed the earth into a place of darkness and suffering. Noah's role is portrayed more extensively in the Book of Enoch than in Genesis. Before the flood, Enoch served as a messenger between God and his grandson Noah, providing detailed instructions about the coming deluge. The text describes how Noah was chosen not only for his righteousness, but also because he remained untainted by the corrupt teachings of the Watchers. Noah's bloodline had stayed pure, making him the perfect vessel for humanity's preservation. The flood itself is described in vivid detail, with waters rising both from the depths of the earth and descending from the heavens. The Book of Enoch explains that the very windows of heaven were opened, and the great deep burst forth with unprecedented force. This cataclysmic event wasn't just rain, but a complete restructuring of Earth's hydrological systems. The waters served multiple purposes: to destroy the giants, cleanse the earth of corruption, and wash away the forbidden knowledge that had been wrongfully given to humanity. During the flood, the text describes the fate of the Watchers and their offspring. While the physical bodies of the Nephilim were destroyed, their spirits were condemned to roam the earth as evil spirits, creating a new form of tribulation for humanity. The Watchers themselves were bound in valleys of the earth, awaiting final judgment at the end of times. The aftermath of the flood marked a new beginning for humanity, but also brought significant changes to the earth's environment. The Book of Enoch suggests that the flood altered the very nature of creation, changing seasonal patterns and establishing new natural laws. The waters receded not just into seas, but into newly formed chambers within the earth, creating a different geological structure than what existed before. The text emphasizes that the flood was not just a punishment, but also a preservation of divine order. It served as a reset button for creation, allowing humanity to begin anew without the corrupt influence of the Watchers and their forbidden teachings. However, the Book of Enoch warns that the spirits of the giants still influence humanity, and the knowledge that caused the flood's necessity remains a potential threat to human civilization. This account in the Book of Enoch provides crucial context for understanding the flood as more than just a purifying rain. It presents it as a cosmic battle between divine order and corrupt forces, with humanity caught in the middle. The flood story serves as a warning about the consequences of forbidden knowledge and the importance of maintaining divine boundaries, themes that resonate throughout the entire Book of Enoch. Ancient wisdom. The Book of Enoch contains profound layers of ancient wisdom that have captivated scholars and spiritual seekers throughout the ages. This wisdom transcends simple moral teachings, delving into the very nature of existence and humanity's role in the cosmic order. The text reveals a complex system of knowledge that was carefully preserved and transmitted through generations, offering insights into both spiritual and practical matters. At its core, the ancient wisdom contained in the Book of Enoch speaks of the delicate balance between the celestial and terrestrial realms. It teaches that all knowledge comes with responsibility, as demonstrated by the cautionary tale of the Watchers who shared divine secrets with humanity before their appointed time. This wisdom emphasizes the importance of timing and divine order in the revelation of sacred knowledge. The text presents a sophisticated understanding of moral conduct that goes beyond simple rules of behavior. It speaks of an intricate relationship between human actions and cosmic consequences, suggesting that individual choices ripple through the fabric of creation itself. The wisdom teachings emphasize the development of discernment, encouraging readers to look beyond surface appearances to understand the deeper spiritual principles at work in the universe. One of the most significant aspects of this ancient wisdom is its teaching about the nature of good and evil. Unlike many contemporary religious texts, the Book of Enoch presents these forces as part of a complex cosmic drama where human beings play a crucial role in maintaining universal harmony. The wisdom teaches that every individual's choices contribute to either the preservation or disruption of this divine order. The symbolic language used throughout the text serves as a vessel for deeper truths, requiring careful contemplation to unlock its meanings. Numbers, celestial bodies, and natural phenomena are presented not merely as physical realities, but as symbols of spiritual principles. This symbolic approach to wisdom allows the teachings to transcend cultural and temporal boundaries, speaking to universal truths that remain relevant across ages. These ancient teachings also address the relationship between knowledge and power. The wisdom contained in the Book of Enoch warns against the misuse of knowledge, showing how even divine teachings can lead to destruction when wielded without proper spiritual understanding and ethical foundation. This message seems particularly relevant in our modern age of rapid technological advancement. The text provides instruction on achieving harmony between the spiritual and material aspects of existence. It teaches that true wisdom involves understanding both the visible and invisible realms and learning to navigate between them with awareness and purpose. This holistic approach to wisdom stands in stark contrast to modern tendencies to compartmentalize knowledge. Perhaps most importantly, the ancient wisdom of Enoch emphasizes the transformative power of divine knowledge when properly understood and applied. It suggests that wisdom is not merely intellectual understanding, but must be embodied through righteous living and spiritual practice. The teachings indicate that true wisdom leads to a transformation of consciousness, enabling individuals to perceive and participate in higher realities. The wisdom preserved in this ancient text also speaks of the cyclical nature of time and the importance of understanding cosmic patterns. It presents a view of history that moves in meaningful cycles rather than simple linear progression, offering insights into how past, present, and future are interconnected through spiritual principles. This ancient wisdom continues to resonate with those who seek deeper understanding of existence and their place within it. The teachings preserved in the Book of Enoch offer a profound perspective on human potential and divine reality, providing guidance for those who seek to navigate both earthly and spiritual realms with wisdom and understanding. Biblical connections. The Book of Enoch shares profound connections with canonical biblical texts, particularly with the Book of Genesis and various New Testament writings. The character of Enoch himself is mentioned briefly but significantly in Genesis 5:24, which states that Enoch walked with God. Then he was no more, because God took him. This cryptic reference serves as a foundation for the expanded narrative found in the Book of Enoch. The influence of Enochic literature on New Testament writings is particularly evident in the Epistle of Jude, which directly quotes from the Book of Enoch. Jude verses 14-15 reference Enoch's prophecy about the coming judgment, demonstrating that early Christian writers were familiar with and respected these texts. The description of fallen angels in 2 Peter 2:4 also parallels accounts found in the Book of Enoch, suggesting a shared theological understanding of these supernatural events. The Book of Enoch's detailed descriptions of fallen angels and their interaction with humanity elaborate on the brief mention in Genesis 6. 1:4 of the sons of God who took wives from among human women. This expanded narrative provides context for understanding the biblical flood story, explaining the corruption that led to divine judgment. The Enochic account of the Watchers and their offspring, the Nephilim, offers a framework for interpreting these mysterious biblical passages. The messianic themes present in the Book of Enoch also find resonance in New Testament Christology. The figure of the Son of Man described in Enoch's parables bears striking similarities to Jesus' self-designation in the Gospels. This parallel suggests that early Christian understanding of Jesus' role and identity may have been influenced by Enochic traditions. Theological concepts found in the Book of Enoch, such as the final judgment, resurrection, and the fate of the righteous and wicked mirror themes found throughout biblical apocalyptic literature. The book's detailed cosmology and angelology influenced Jewish apocalyptic tradition, which in turn shaped early Christian eschatology. The Book of Enoch's emphasis on righteousness and divine judgment echoes prophetic writings in the Hebrew Bible. Its warnings about the consequences of sin and the importance of maintaining divine law align with biblical teachings, though often with more elaborate supernatural elements. The text's focus on revealed wisdom and heavenly secrets parallels wisdom literature like Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. The book's astronomical observations and calendar systems provide context for understanding biblical references to celestial phenomena and religious festivals. Its detailed descriptions of cosmic order reflect similar themes found in biblical creation accounts and psalms, celebrating divine organization of the universe. Despite its non-canonical status in most Christian traditions, the Book of Enoch's influence on biblical theology cannot be understated. Its preservation by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, where it remains canonical, demonstrates its enduring religious significance. The text serves as a bridge between biblical narratives and early Jewish and Christian interpretative traditions, offering valuable insights into the development of religious thought in the ancient world. The relationship between the Book of Enoch and biblical texts reveals a complex interplay of religious ideas and traditions that shaped early Jewish and Christian thought. Understanding these connections enhances our appreciation of both biblical texts and the broader religious context in which they were written and interpreted. The Book of Luminaries. The Book of Luminaries represents one of the most fascinating sections of the Book of Enoch, detailing intricate observations of celestial bodies and their divine ordering in the cosmos. This portion of the text reveals ancient understanding of astronomical phenomena and their relationship to divine law, showcasing how early civilizations perceived the connection between heavenly movements and earthly events. In this section, Enoch describes the sun's journey through 12 gates in the heavens, each corresponding to different seasons and times of the year. The text explains how the sun's path grows longer during summer months and shorter during winter, providing a surprisingly accurate description of seasonal changes that would have been crucial for agricultural societies. The precision with which these astronomical observations are recorded suggests an advanced understanding of celestial mechanics that predates many classical astronomical texts. The lunar cycles receive particular attention in the Book of Luminaries, with detailed explanations of the moon's phases and its relationship with the sun. The text describes how the moon receives its light from the sun and waxes and wanes throughout its monthly cycle. These descriptions demonstrate an understanding of lunar movements that would have been essential for maintaining calendrical systems and religious observances in ancient times. The stars and their configurations also play a prominent role in this section. Enoch describes the fixed stars and their positions, as well as the movements of what we now know as planets. The text presents these celestial bodies as operating under divine laws, suggesting that their movements are not random but carefully orchestrated by divine intelligence. This conception of cosmic order would later influence various religious and philosophical traditions. Natural laws are presented as manifestations of divine will, with each celestial body following its prescribed path without deviation. This concept of cosmic harmony reflects a worldview where everything in the universe operates according to divine planning, from the greatest stars to the smallest elements of creation. The text emphasizes how this celestial order serves as a model for human behavior and social organization. The Book of Luminaries also connects celestial phenomena to earthly events, suggesting that heavenly signs can be read to understand divine intentions. However, unlike later astrological texts, these connections are presented more as evidence of divine order than as tools for divination. The emphasis remains on the perfection of divine creation and the importance of maintaining harmony with these natural laws. Throughout this section, there is a recurring theme of measurement and precision. The text provides specific numbers for cycles and movements, demonstrating an early attempt to quantify and understand the mechanics of the universe. This mathematical approach to understanding celestial phenomena reveals a sophisticated blend of scientific observation and religious reverence. The text also addresses the relationship between time and celestial movements, explaining how the positions of heavenly bodies mark the passing of days, months, and years. This understanding of cosmic timekeeping would have been crucial for agricultural societies and religious observances, highlighting the practical applications of these astronomical observations. The Book of Luminaries serves as a bridge between scientific observation and spiritual truth, suggesting that understanding the natural world leads to a deeper appreciation of divine wisdom. Its detailed descriptions of celestial mechanics, combined with its emphasis on divine order, create a comprehensive worldview that integrates physical and spiritual understanding of the cosmos. The dream visions. The dream visions within the Book of Enoch represent one of the most fascinating and intricate portions of the ancient text, consisting primarily of two distinct visions that were revealed to Enoch before the Great Flood. These visions, particularly the animal apocalypse, employ rich symbolism to convey profound messages about human history and divine judgment. In the first vision, Enoch witnesses the fall of humanity through a complex allegory where different animals represent various nations and peoples. The children of Adam are portrayed as white cattle, while the fallen angels appear as stars that fall from heaven. The Nephilim are depicted as elephants, camels, and asses, representing their enormous size and hybrid nature. This symbolic representation continues throughout the vision, with the people of Israel portrayed as sheep, their enemies as predatory animals, and their leaders as rams. The animal apocalypse provides a unique perspective on biblical history, beginning with Adam and continuing through the flood, the exodus from Egypt, the establishment of the kingdom of Israel, and beyond. Through this allegorical narrative, we see how different nations interact, wage war, and influence one another throughout history. The wolves, lions, and bears represent various oppressive powers that persecute the sheep, Israel, while shepherds appointed by God watch over the flock with varying degrees of faithfulness. The second major dream vision presents a more personal narrative, where Enoch sees the history of humanity from creation until the final judgment. This vision employs different metaphors, with righteous individuals often appearing as white beings, while the wicked are portrayed in darker hues. The vision culminates in the appearance of a great white bull, symbolizing the messianic figure who transforms all the animals back into their original, pure state. These visions contain numerous historical parallels that scholars have attempted to decode over centuries. Many believe that specific animals represent particular historical figures or nations, such as the eagles representing Rome or the ravens symbolizing the Seleucid Empire. The varying interpretations of these symbols have led to ongoing debates about the exact historical period during which the Book of Enoch was written. The prophetic elements within the dream visions are particularly significant, as they appear to foretell events that would occur long after the time of Enoch. The visions describe a final judgment where righteousness prevails, and a new temple is established, themes that would later become central to both Jewish and Christian apocalyptic literature. What makes these visions particularly compelling is their sophisticated use of animal symbolism to convey complex theological and historical concepts. This metaphorical approach allows for multiple layers of meaning and interpretation, making the text relevant across different time periods and cultures. The transformation of animals throughout the visions also represents spiritual and moral transformation, suggesting that divine intervention can restore creation to its original purpose. The dream visions continue to intrigue scholars and readers today, not only for their historical value, but also for their artistic and literary merit. The vivid imagery and symbolic representations demonstrate an advanced understanding of allegorical storytelling that predates many similar works in world literature. These visions stand as a testament to the rich tradition of apocalyptic literature in ancient Jewish thought and their influence on subsequent religious and literary traditions. The Epistle of Enoch. The Epistle of Enoch stands as one of the most profound sections of the ancient text, containing vital moral teachings and warnings meant to echo through generations. Within these sacred passages, Enoch addresses not only his immediate descendants, but all righteous people who would live in the distant future, particularly during what he describes as the last generations. The epistle begins with Enoch's direct address to his children, urging them to walk in righteousness and truth. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining pure thoughts and actions, warning that every deed is recorded in heaven and will be accounted for. The text reveals that righteousness is like a path of light, while wickedness leads only to darkness and destruction. One of the most striking aspects of the epistle is its detailed description of the fate awaiting both the righteous and the wicked. Enoch explains that those who pursue righteousness will find peace, joy, and long life, while those who choose evil will face judgment and suffering. He describes how the angels in heaven keep precise records of human actions, thoughts, and intentions, suggesting that nothing escapes divine notice. The epistle contains specific warnings about the corrupting influence of wealth and power. Enoch cautions against placing trust in material riches, explaining that they are temporary and often lead to spiritual poverty. He teaches that true wealth lies in wisdom, kindness, and adherence to divine laws. These teachings bear remarkable similarity to later religious texts, but contain unique insights into the nature of spiritual wealth versus material abundance. A significant portion of the epistle focuses on the concept of divine wisdom. Enoch explains that wisdom descends from heaven and is available to those who earnestly seek it. He describes wisdom as a protective force that guides the righteous through life's challenges and helps them avoid the pitfalls of sin. This wisdom, according to Enoch, is eternal and unchanging, unlike human knowledge, which is often flawed and temporary. The text also addresses the nature of sin and its consequences with remarkable clarity. Enoch explains that sin begins in the heart and mind before manifesting in actions. He warns about the progressive nature of evil, describing how small transgressions can lead to greater ones if left unchecked. This understanding of sin psychology reveals a sophisticated grasp of human nature that remains relevant today. Furthermore, the epistle contains teachings about the interconnectedness of all creation. Enoch explains how human actions affect not only other people, but the natural world as well. He describes the earth as a living entity that responds to human righteousness and wickedness, a concept that resonates with modern environmental concerns. The epistle concludes with a series of prophecies about future generations. Enoch foresees periods of great wickedness, but also times of renewal and spiritual awakening. He provides hope by assuring that divine justice will ultimately prevail, even in the darkest times. These prophetic elements are carefully balanced with practical wisdom for daily living, making the epistle both a guide for immediate conduct and a window into future events. Through these teachings, the Epistle of Enoch presents a comprehensive spiritual and moral framework that transcends its ancient origins. Its message about the importance of righteousness, the consequences of actions, and the eternal nature of divine wisdom continues to offer valuable insights for contemporary readers seeking spiritual truth and moral guidance. Lost teachings. The lost teachings of Enoch represent some of the most profound and enigmatic wisdom from ancient times. These teachings, deliberately hidden and preserved for select initiates, contain layers of meaning that transcend simple religious interpretation. Within the text lie encoded messages about the nature of reality, consciousness, and humanity's relationship with higher dimensional beings. One of the most significant lost teachings concerns the manipulation of natural energies and forces. The Watchers didn't simply teach basic crafts to humans. They revealed sophisticated knowledge about resonance, vibration, and the underlying fabric of reality. Ancient texts suggest they taught humans how to harness these forces through sound, geometry, and astronomical alignments. These teachings were considered too powerful for general consumption and were carefully guarded by mystery schools throughout the ages. The manuscript also contains hidden references to advanced states of consciousness and methods for achieving direct communication with celestial beings. These practices were not meant for casual spiritual seekers, but required years of preparation and purification. The text describes specific breathing techniques, meditation practices, and ritual observances that were said to alter one's vibrational frequency and enable interaction with higher dimensions. Another suppressed aspect of Enoch's teachings involves the true nature of time and space. The text presents a sophisticated understanding of multiple dimensions and parallel realities that aligns surprisingly well with modern quantum physics theories. The ancient scribes encoded information about the malleable nature of reality and humanity's ability to influence it through focused consciousness and intention. The manuscript also contains encrypted knowledge about human potential and DNA activation. The Watchers reportedly possessed understanding of what modern science would call genetic engineering, but their methods worked with spiritual and energetic principles rather than physical manipulation. These teachings suggest humans have dormant capabilities that can be awakened through specific practices and understanding. There are also lost teachings about Earth's cosmic history and humanity's true origins. These accounts differ significantly from both mainstream religious and scientific narratives, suggesting that human civilization is far older and more technologically advanced than conventionally believed. The text hints at previous global civilizations and their connection to off-world intelligences. Perhaps most controversial are the teachings about the nature of divinity and humanity's relationship to it. The text presents a more nuanced view than traditional religious interpretations, suggesting that the divine exists within all creation and that humans have the potential to achieve godlike awareness and abilities through spiritual evolution. The manuscript also contains coded information about earth changes and cosmic cycles. These teachings go beyond simple prophecy, offering detailed understanding of how celestial movements and energetic shifts affect human consciousness and planetary evolution. This knowledge was considered especially sensitive as it revealed patterns that could be used to anticipate and prepare for major global transitions. The esoteric symbolism within the text points to advanced mathematical and geometric principles that were understood by ancient cultures, but lost to modern civilization until recent times. These include teachings about sacred geometry, the golden ratio, and universal mathematical constants that govern creation. Many of these lost teachings were deliberately obscured through symbolic language and allegory, requiring specific keys of understanding to decode. This was done not only to protect the knowledge from misuse, but also to ensure that only those who had developed the necessary wisdom and discernment could access its deeper meanings. The true power of these teachings lies not in their historical or archaeological significance, but in their potential to transform human consciousness and understanding when properly understood and applied. Modern significance. The Book of Enoch continues to captivate modern audiences and scholars alike, bridging ancient wisdom with contemporary understanding. Its teachings and prophecies have found surprising correlations with current scientific discoveries and social developments, making it increasingly relevant in our modern world. One of the most intriguing aspects is how the text's descriptions of celestial phenomena align with current astronomical knowledge. The detailed accounts of solar and lunar movements, which seemed incomprehensible to medieval readers, now demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of celestial mechanics that was far ahead of its time. Modern astronomers have noted that some of the mathematical principles described in the text correspond to actual astronomical calculations. The book's accounts of genetic manipulation and technological advancement by the Watchers have drawn parallels with modern genetic engineering and technological innovation. The warnings about the consequences of unrestricted technological progress resonate deeply in our current era of rapid technological advancement and ethical debates surrounding genetic modification. These ancient cautions seem particularly prophetic as humanity grapples with similar moral dilemmas in the fields of artificial intelligence and biotechnology. Environmental concerns addressed in the text also mirror contemporary ecological challenges. The descriptions of natural disasters and environmental changes as consequences of human actions reflect modern understanding of anthropogenic climate change and environmental degradation. The book's emphasis on humanity's role as stewards of the earth aligns with current environmental consciousness and calls for sustainable practices. The text's cosmological concepts have garnered attention from theoretical physicists and astronomers. Its descriptions of multiple dimensions and celestial realms share interesting parallels with modern theories about multiverse and quantum mechanics. While the ancient text uses different terminology, some researchers suggest that certain passages might describe phenomena that science is only now beginning to understand. Archaeological discoveries continue to validate historical references within the text. Recent findings in the Middle East have corroborated some of the geographical and cultural details mentioned in the Book of Enoch, lending credibility to its historical narrative and encouraging further archaeological exploration. The book's influence extends into modern spiritual and philosophical thought. Its teachings about moral responsibility, cosmic justice, and the interconnectedness of all things resonate with contemporary holistic and spiritual movements. The text's emphasis on personal transformation and ethical behavior provides guidance for those seeking meaning in an increasingly complex world. In academic circles, the Book of Enoch has become a crucial resource for understanding the development of religious thought and the origins of various theological concepts. Its influence on early Jewish and Christian traditions helps scholars better comprehend the evolution of religious ideas and their impact on modern belief systems. The text's descriptions of angelic beings and interdimensional travel have attracted interest from researchers studying consciousness and quantum reality. Some theoretical physicists suggest that the visionary experiences described in the book might represent ancient encounters with aspects of reality that modern science is only beginning to explore. As humanity faces unprecedented global challenges, the Book of Enoch's warnings about the consequences of human actions and its messages about collective responsibility have become increasingly relevant. Its ancient wisdom continues to offer insights into contemporary issues, from environmental stewardship to technological ethics, making it a valuable resource for modern readers seeking to understand both our past and our potential future.